On March 11, 2025, Palm Beach County Sheriff's deputies responded to a reported employee theft at a Napa Auto Parts store in Florida. The suspect, 1-year-old Jamie Brewster, had been employed there for 5 to 6 years and was accused of running a fraudulent refund scheme spanning from November 1st, 2024 through March 7th, 2025. The confirmed loss totaled approximately $2,132.65. That number is legally significant.
What I got is I got my female employee doing fraudulent returns.
Okay.
So she's basically scanning items and then taking her phone and tapping and doing the refund to her card.
To her personal card. Okay.
On items that she hasn't purchased and really haven't been returned. She's doing the return.
Okay, so there's people there returning it?
There's not even people there. She's just picking an item in the store and then returning it.
Okay, so it's basically she's picking an item, she's scanning it, and then she paid for it, which then she's returning it.
Right.
Okay.
So I've got her for about $200 on camera, but I can tie her credit card back. Of course, we just got turned on to this yesterday. I can tie her credit card to about $2,100 of fraudulent returns.
So how do you were able to get the title of the credit card? How do you get
because
that?
of her credit card number being on the transaction, and it's the same credit card that she uses to pay on her personal
Okay, do you
account.
have all those transactions already that
yes.
shows the thousand, something like that? Mm-hmm. So you got her on camera doing $200 worth of it,
right?
But you don't have the other other amount, but you have the transaction of her credit card.
Right.
Well, is it a credit card or is it a bank card?
It's
a debit card?
It's a Visa card.
It's a Visa card, debit card, or a credit card?
No, credit card.
It's a credit card.
It looks like it because it's the same four ending.
So, because usually debit cards are when because once you get over the limit of a credit card, that's your limit. They're not going to keep refunding you more money into the credit card. So you sure it's not a debit card?
Well, it's a Visa card. That's all I can tell you.
Okay. So it's a Visa card.
It could be her personal card.
Okay. She purchased these stuff and then asked for refund back for these.
No, this is just showing what she's actually purchased compared to
in the past. So it's nothing of the crowd. Okay, this is something that. Okay, this is just something in the past.
Right.
But how were you able to find out that? Okay, you got her on camera and then all the cards to her.
Right. So if these are the ones we have her on camera, which are the most recent, the last 3.
Does this show when you scan it? Does it show who the card comes back to, or?
No, it just comes back to. So the reason I could tie it to her. So see the 6. First of all, I could tie it to her because she pulls it out her phone and she hits it with her phone to do the refund.
Okay.
So this one right here, this is her actually making a payment on her account of stuff she's purchased. Same
card as the ones that are going in here.
Yeah.
And these are the same last 4 digits of the card.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then you said the total is $2,132.65.
It's going to be a little bit higher than that because we have to pull one more transaction when we get over there. It's probably going to be anywhere from $50 to $70.
And these are different days, or?
Yes.
How many days has she been doing it for?
So it started 11/1,
and
then it's multiple days. Sometimes she did it twice.
So it's been going. So it's been going on since November 1st, 2024,
right,
all the way to March 7th of 2025.
Right.
That's what it's been
and
going.
How we caught on to her is she's been smart enough to never do the same item twice.
What's her name?
Jamie Brewster. I got her ID. I got her
information. We'll get our information now.
So she's always been smart enough not to do the same item twice. But last month she did the same set of spark plugs 3 sets of spark plugs 3 times.
Okay, so it's like miscellaneous items that she's been doing.
Yeah.
Like miscellaneous auto parts.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. Raise your right hand. Everything you told me is true, nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yes.
All right. Perfect. And first, another thing I got. You guys want to prosecute?
Yes.
Press charges on her.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we follow through. I got another case with y'all right now on an external theft. So she's getting it ready, and she actually has it hid underneath her desk.
And
she gets tape ready.
She used to work at O'Reilly's, right?
And I think she got fired from O'Reilly's for the same thing.
She's been with y'all since it opened, right?
No, she's been with us about 5 or 6 years.
And just like an Apple Pay type refund?
Ours are tapped. See the little black thing right there? You'll see her in a second. She's going to slide over. You can see the card. You saw the red card on her screen. And she slides over. Now watch.
total was $2,132 with 65 cents that she got refunded back to herself without even purchasing the items. So she's basically grabbing items, scanning them, and acting like they're return items,
Right.
and then she's getting money. Okay.
Let's see. I don't see her. Let's see if she's still in the store.
She's supposed to be working today, correct?
Yeah, she was there. We just watched. She was there. Now sometimes she'll run out and get a drink or something like that. But I see that.
Well, I mean, I was at the bank where I was at.
Her car's out there, right?
Yeah.
Car's on there. You look and see she was inside her car?
I did.
Hey Jamie, how you doing? I'm Deputy from the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office. This is Deputy Cortez. So there is a situation going on here that was brought to our attention. Before I start asking you any questions, I'm going to read you your Miranda rights. Okay? Everyone that I read you, you're going to tell me that you understand them, yes or no. Okay? All right.
I do.
You have the right to remain silent and not answer any questions. You understand that?
Yeah.
Yes. Any statement you make must be freely and voluntary given. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
You have the right to the presence and representation of a lawyer of your choice before you make any statement and during any questioning. Do
Okay.
you understand that?
Yeah.
A statement can and will be used against you in the court of law. Do you understand that?
Yes.
All right. So it was brought to our attention, I guess, that they did an audit on their end in the account, reference to like refunding, and when they saw they have you on camera getting items and refunding them to your account,
To your card.
to your bank card or credit card, whatever card you were using.
The only time I've ever done that was for when I did a purchase for Joe and he had me do something else for him.
Who's Joe?
Joe Wagner, he had me do a return on something and then had me repurchase him a hitch somewhere.
No, you.
Okay, so it's been going on since November to March. Okay, and it's the same card that's been used in the transaction. When I looked at the camera, it's you.
Okay.
Okay. Have you been doing this from March to November now? I mean, from November to March. So November of last year to March of this year.
Yes, sir.
You were?
Yes, I
Okay.
did.
Any reason why were you doing all these refunding and refunding them back to your account? Because we have a total of almost $2,000 something.
No, sir. It was parts that were purchased and never picked up. Most of them.
Okay. So for a person figure that you decided on your own to refund it to your account.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm sorry.
Okay. All right.
So all I need to say is, of course, you're going to be terminated today.
sir.
I need your keys.
Yes, sir.
Your last check will be here tomorrow,
Okay.
but you cannot accept that check until all of your uniforms are turned in, because of course we paid for all those.
No, I paid for these shirts.
You paid for the shirts?
Yes.
Okay. So as long as you paid for them, that's fine. I
Okay.
remember that now, that you did pay for the shirts. But your check will be prorated.
Yes, sir.
And I think you owed us like $25
Yes, sir.
on your account, so that'll be taken out of your account.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Do I have time to collect all my belongings?
That'll be more up to him.
Yeah. So technically, right now, you did commit a fraud
Yes, sir.
and deprived the merchant with stuff.
Yes, sir.
So you basically committed a felony. You will be arrested. You will be going to jail. Okay. Anything that you have here, like what kind of belongings do you have here?
Just my personal belongings that I
Can
have.
we do- Here's what I'll do, because I'm going to trespass you from the property as well. You can have someone come up and pick up your property at a later date, and they can come and Greg can help you get that.
Yeah. So
fixed.
or she can come with us too, like if
Right.
to pick up your belongings, but we have to be present. You can't come on your own.
Hey, I need you to come get me, please. I'm being arrested. Just please come get me. I don't know. I need you to please just figure it out. I don't know, babe. Oh, you
Yeah, we were. put everything, whatever you want to put in your truck.
Are the keys in your purse?
My keys should be up on my counter.
I didn't see it.
You have nothing in your pockets or anything like that?
No,
Okay.
sir.
We'll go
Let
walk.
me take this
Yeah,
phone
take the
card.
phone key. Yeah, and we just gotta get the clip off. We can put it in the car too. Can't go with nothing to the jail. We'll walk out. We'll go to the car and get the keys.
Paul, can you box my stuff up for me? All of my stuff, rebox it for me. My vehicle's right there.
Alright, just stand right in front of my car.
Yes, sir.
You gotta put your hand like if you're praying. Yeah, we're gonna go with. You got slim wrists over there. I'm gonna use my other cup. Alright. That's good right there. Alright, James. No, pero vamos a
Go ahead and get in.
How long have I been on you now? A while, right?
Yeah. I'm disappointed in myself.
Listen, just, we all make mistakes. We just gotta get through it, okay? Excuse me.
I got the
No, no.
I was gonna let you.
Let's examine the constitutional framework. Under Florida Statute Section 812.014, theft of property, valued at $750 or more, constitutes grand theft in the third degree, a felony of the third degree. Beyond that, the systematic nature of the conduct, same method, different items, repeated over 4 months, satisfies the elements of Florida Statute Section 817.034, the organized scheme to defraud. That statute defines the offense as a systematic, ongoing course of conduct with intent to defraud. The evidence here varying items to avoid detection, consistent card usage, and multiple transactions across multiple months meets that definition precisely. The first constitutional issue in this encounter is the Miranda advisement. The Supreme Court established in Miranda v. Arizona in 1966 that any suspect subject to custodial interrogation must be advised of specific rights before questioning begins. Those rights are the right to remain silent, the right to have any statement used against them in court, the right to the presence of an attorney before and during questioning, and the right to appointed counsel if the suspect cannot afford one. The lead deputy administered each right individually and required Brewster to acknowledge understanding of each one before proceeding. This sequencing is not optional, it is constitutionally mandatory. Brewster verbally waived those rights and proceeded to answer questions. Under Colorado v. Connolly in 1986, a waiver is valid when it is made voluntarily, knowingly, and intelligently. No coercion appears anywhere in this footage. What followed was a post-Miranda voluntary admission. When asked directly whether she had been conducting fraudulent refunds from November through March, Brewster confirmed, "Yes, sir, I did." That statement is fully admissible under established Fifth Amendment doctrine. It was preceded by proper advisement, made without coercion, and constitutes a direct acknowledgement of the criminal conduct charged. Brewster also offered a partial justification that the refunded items were parts customers had purchased but never retrieved. This explanation is legally insufficient. Employee authorization to process refunds does not include authority to redirect refund proceeds to a personal account. This is theft by conversion appropriating funds to personal use without authorization expressly covered under Section 812.014. The arrest itself implicates the Fourth Amendment. Warrantless arrests are constitutionally permissible when supported. by probable cause, that is, when the totality of circumstances would lead a reasonable officer to conclude a crime has been committed. 3 independent pillars of probable cause existed here. First, surveillance footage capturing the scheme on camera. Second, transaction records linking Brewster's personal card to each fraudulent refund. And third, her own post, Miranda confession. Any one of those 3 elements, standing alone, would likely be sufficient to establish probable cause. The combination of all 3 makes this arrest constitutionally unassailable. One additional evidentiary note. The manager disclosed that Brewster may have been terminated from a prior employer, O'Reilly Auto Parts, for a similar scheme. Under Florida Statute, Section 90.404, similar fact evidence is admissible to prove intent, plan, or absence of mistake. If that prior conduct is verified and introduced at trial, it significantly undermines any defense based on inadvertence or authorization. Now for the grades. Post-arrest handling was equally professional. Brewster was permitted to call a family member. Property disposition was addressed, and handcuff fit was individually adjusted to prevent injury. The deputies' composure and empathy throughout the encounter reflect a high standard of law enforcement practice. The only minor deduction, a brief verbal inconsistency during the Miranda reading, a statement can, and will be used against you in the store law. In the court of law, constitutes a stumble, not a constitutional defect. Courts evaluate the totality of the advisement, not isolated verbal errors. Deputy Cortez receives a B+. Operating in a supporting role, Cortez maintained appropriate positioning, contributed no escalation, and performed his function without error. The footage provides insufficient data to evaluate independent legal or tactical decision-making, which prevents a higher grade. The store manager receives an A-. The manager also correctly identified the behavioral pattern that broke the case. Brewster had varied her items for months to avoid detection, but repeated the same spark plug refund 3 times, triggering the audit. That investigative detail was pivotal to establishing the organized nature of the scheme. One deduction, the unverified claim that Brewster was previously fired from O'Reilly's for the same conduct constitutes hearsay. While it may become relevant as similar fact evidence under Section 90.404, presenting it as established fact before verification is premature. Jamie Brewster receives a C. The admission she made confirming the scheme, its duration, and its voluntary nature substantially strengthened the prosecution's case, beyond what the physical evidence alone would have established. Her initial attempt to attribute one transaction to a coworker was quickly abandoned. That retraction introduces a credibility issue that prosecutors may exploit at trial to challenge the reliability of any subsequent defense narrative. The credits. Brewster was fully cooperative during the arrest, did not resist, and did not escalate. Her spontaneous expression of remorse, "I'm disappointed in myself while legally inadvisable as a statement," may carry some weight at sentencing as evidence of genuine accountability. The core lesson is this. When facing documented surveillance, financial transaction records, and a felony charge, the legally sound response is to invoke the right to counsel and make no statement until an attorney is present. Compliance during arrest does not require verbal cooperation on the underlying offense. Key takeaways. Second, employee authorization is not unlimited authority. Access to refund systems creates opportunity, but authorization to process refunds never extends to self-benefit. Courts draw that line clearly, and Florida statutes enforce it. Third, systematic conduct creates cumulative exposure. Individually, a single fraudulent refund may constitute a misdemeanor. Repeated over months with deliberate variation in method, it elevates to an organized scheme, a felony carrying significantly greater penalties and prosecutorial resources. Fourth, digital financial trails are permanent. Card-linked transactions create an evidentiary record that does not degrade over time. Every tap-to-pay refund processed to a personal account is a time-stamped entry. In a database, the employer can audit retroactively. There is no such thing as a small enough transaction to be invisible. Let us know if there is an interaction or legal topic that you would like us to discuss in the comments below. Thank you for watching. And don't forget to check out our second channel, Audit the Court, for even more police interaction and courtroom content.